Let's be real, Disney World is not cheap, and on top of tickets and hotels, there's a whole list of extras available to buy. Some are great and are worth every penny, but some may or may not be worth it. Here are 10 extras Disney wants you to think you need, but you may want to think twice before purchasing. Number 1 is Magic Bands. Magic Bands can be a great little accessory, especially if you're staying on property. They work as your room key, and you can charge purchases directly to your room, even from the parks, which can be super convenient. However, these little pieces of plastic are kind of pricey. The cheapest Magic Bands start at $34.99 for just a basic color, and then they go up in price from there for different designs and characters. So depending on how many people are in your party, the cost for Magic Bands for your whole group can all of a sudden become quite the added expense. But don't worry, Magic Bands aren't a necessity. There are actually 2 free other options that you can take advantage of instead. First, everything that a Magic Band does can be done through the My Disney Experience app on your smartphone. Now, it is going to take more time to scan in multiple people for Lightning Lanes rather than everyone having their own Magic Band to scan themselves in with, but it is free and it works. Option number 2 that's also free is you can go get a card from any guest services location, including Disney Springs. And you can also ask for these cards at your resort if you're staying on property. They work just like a Magic Band, but they're 100% free. Number 2, paying for preferred parking. If you're staying on site, parking at the theme parks is included free. But if you are not staying on site and you have to pay for parking, there are 2 options. Standard parking, which goes for $35 a day, or preferred parking, which goes for between $50 to $60 a day, depending on the season. The preferred parking spots are closer to the park's entrance. However, you're most likely going to be walking to the park from the preferred parking section. If you park in the standard parking, you will probably have less of a walk and you'll have access to the parking trams. I personally think you do more than enough walking at Disney, so I personally don't see the advantage of paying more to park in preferred, if it means you only have to walk more. So just because it's preferred doesn't mean it's always a good deal. If you care about being able to walk through the park instead of relying on the parking trams, then maybe this is a good deal for you, but otherwise I say save that money for Dole Whips. Number 3 is purchasing Lightning Lanes. Lightning Lanes can be super helpful in managing crowds and making sure that your family gets to do everything they want to do in the time that you have. However, the cost can add up quickly. You may not need to purchase Lightning Lane Multipass for every single park that you're going to or every single day of your trip. This also goes for Lightning Lane Single Passes. Take the time to figure out what rides you are trying to hit and whether or not you need Lightning Lanes for that specific day. Doing your research ahead of time will make your budget stretch so much farther. Number 4 is purchasing park hoppers. So park hoppers sound like a great idea until you do the math on the park tickets. Park hoppers are considerably more expensive than a single park ticket. And due to Disney World's sheer size, park hopping just takes some time. It is not a quick process. So while it might be tempting to be able to park hop, make sure you're looking realistically at what exactly you want to accomplish in that one day and how long it's going to take you to do it. Each park has more than enough to keep you occupied for a whole day, so while sometimes a park hopper can make sense, majority of the time, it's just an added expensive perk that's really hard to fully utilize. Speaking of hard to fully utilize, that brings us to number 5, which are the refillable resort mugs. If you are staying on property as a resort guest, then you can purchase a refillable mug. It allows you unlimited refills during your stay on soda, coffee, and tea. Now, this might seem like a great deal, but you can only refill it at your resort. So if you're planning on being in the parks all day, ask yourself how much you will actually use the refillable mug before deciding to splurge on the purchase. And while we're on the topic of things people often mistake for a good deal, brings us to number 6, which is the Disney dining plan. It is incredibly hard to save money or even break even with the Disney dining plan. You will spend far less paying for your meals individually and just doing some planning ahead of time. Now, if the Disney dining plan is being offered free as part of a promotion, then absolutely that would make it a good deal. However, you will not be saving money on the Disney dining plan if you have to pay for it. Number 7 is the full Bibbidi Boppidi experience. Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique is a must-do for a lot of little girls, and I have heard from countless parents that it was worth every penny. There are different packages to choose from at varying price points. However, the most expensive package starts at $450 plus tax. Now, the least expensive package starts at $99 plus tax. That is a huge price difference. And if I'm being honest, the only really big difference between the two is that the cheapest option doesn't come with a princess dress. So, if Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique is on your little one's wish list, but you just almost fainted when I said the price of the most expensive package, consider bringing your own dress instead and opting for the cheaper package. You'll still get the magical full experience, but for a budget-friendly price. Number 8, booking too many table service restaurants. Disney World has some amazing restaurants, and it is very tempting to want to squeeze in as many wow dining experiences as possible. And while some of these table service restaurants can be great, sometimes they aren't worth the hype. There's also some really amazing quick service food around Disney World, so don't be fooled into thinking that you have to have a table service dining reservation every single day of your trip. You'll not only exhaust yourself while trying to keep up with daily reservations, but you're also going to exhaust your wallet. You don't have to have signature table service meals every single day, and you might even find some new favorites at some of the more low-key spots. Number 9, staying at a deluxe resort. The deluxe resorts at Disney World are divine. I absolutely love visiting them. They have some of my favorite restaurants and lounges, plus just overall amazing atmospheres. But they also come with some really expensive price tags to stay there. So unless you really care about proximity to a certain park or certain amenities of that specific resort, then your budget might be far better off with you staying at a moderate resort instead. The price difference between the two is quite a bit, which means quite a bit more money to go towards everything else that you're paying for with your trip. So if you're someone who doesn't spend a whole lot of time at your resort, then planning to just maybe visit the deluxe resorts might make your wallet a whole lot happier. And lastly, number 10, paying for a premium fireworks viewing experience. After a long day in the parks, having a seat for the nighttime entertainment sounds heavenly, but it comes at a really pretty penny. Disney offers several different options to upgrade your nighttime viewing experience, whether that's with fine champagne being poured tableside in GO82 while watching Luminous and Epcot, or the Sweets and Treats dessert party in Magic Kingdom for Happily Ever After. While these premium viewing options can elevate your night to a new level, they aren't exactly necessary to still have a comfortable and enjoyable evening. There are plenty of free options to take advantage of. Unless it's a special occasion, most people feel like these weren't necessarily worth the added expense. Disney World is full of extras that look magical, but you don't need them all to have a magical vacation. Figure out what is a must-do for your family and what your budget can maybe do without. Hopefully you found this video helpful in determining which magical extras you want to include and which ones you'll skip. If you did, be sure to hit the like button for me and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. Until next time, wishing you less stress and more magic.